All right, Piper Builder here. It's landing gear time. I took some time off yesterday to go to the National Stole Competition up in Gallatin, Tennessee. Music City Stole. Chad Hall and his whole gang do a phenomenal job, as do the National Stole Series, putting that on. That really motivated me to keep hammer down and get the PA-12 done and compete next year. I just didn't compete this year because of work conflicts, and I wanted to keep making progress on my PA-12. So let's dig into the landing gear. So I've got the general layout of the jig. Now I want to make the jig extremely versatile. This particular landing gear that I bought from my buddy Ryan's a stock Super Cub gear, and it's got the smaller 1.25" axle. Well, my buddy Thurston made me a couple of these little shims that I can run inside of the clamps that I'm going to use to clamp down the part to the jig itself. So these will actually step it down from 1.5" to 1.25", and it'll do the same thing for the tubing here. So I could put a couple of those in there, put one on the bottom, one on the top, and then we come in there and we clamp them down. And then now I can run any size tubing that I want there with this jig, and I can run either the 1.25" or 1.5" axle on the end, as well as this will be the standard length gear. This would be 3" extended gear and 6" extended gear. So I'm really fond of these laser cut. They're real thick, 3/16 tabs. You can buy them online cheaper than you can just about make them. Certainly saves you a little bit of time doing it. So again, the jig I'm trying to make is going to be standard 3" extended, 6" extended. It'll take multiple size tubes, both front and rear, as well as 1.25" or 1.5" axle. So let's get after it and let's get the jig done. Got a lot of progress done on the Super Cub extended landing gear jig. Got the axles done. Those are all ready to go. And my buddy Thurston made these shims for me, so if I want to do an 1.25" size axle, I can do so, or I can take the shims out and then put the 1.5" size axle in. I've just got to do the rear support leg that goes up, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll be able to do a standard gear or a 6" gear. So it came out real square. I'm very happy with how it all turned out, and you know, just it's not the prettiest looking jig, but there again, how many gear am I going to make on this thing? I don't know. But anyway, my buddy Evan made these 3D printed fittings so I can mock everything up, and then we'll make them out of 4130 chromoly billet once we're ready to go. So stay tuned.